start work on the heater core today. Most of the time these guys break off. So you can make sure that the tops are out and loosen this one, but there is a lip here so it won't pull all the way out. Make sure that bolt is pretty well loose. It can be done while the engine is in there. Telltale signs of leakage right there. Welcome back out to the shop. Today I am back. It's Friday. I took the whole day off to work on this Jeep. The first thing I'm going to do is try to get organized. I've been on the road a bunch for work. I've been working on other projects and it's kind of let the whole space become a mess. So I'm going to try to get the interior parts that are over here organized, start work on the heater core today. We're going to see how far we get. But our goals are make as much progress today as we can. So come along, let's see how much we get done. Alright, I've got that area cleaned up a little bit, I've got organized, and I'm feeling a lot better about where I am and what's going on. What I got so far is this is the air box out of the donor Jeep, and I have taken the heater core out of the donor. This is in good shape. The ends here are clean. I think this is going to be a good fit. I gotta take the core, the air box out of Betsy Ross now, and I'll put it on the bench here and take the stuff out of that as well. And we'll figure out whether we're gonna use this air box or the one that's in there, and maybe some of these pieces maybe are in better shape inside the Jeep. So let's get started on that. This is a very unfavorite thing to do. I do not like working on these dashes. There's all kinds of little plastic clips that always break, and it's really hard to get stuff back in where it goes. But we're gonna do it. So you guys just hang out right there. I'm gonna battle with this for a while. I'll take a break in a couple minutes and I'll bring you in close and show you what we're doing, just in case you want to see how to do this. There's plenty of other YouTube videos, I think. I actually should probably look that up. Anyway, hang out, we're gonna get going. So every now and then I'm reminded why this was a good platform to start with, and I'm gonna show you. In the process of taking the bolts out for the dash, there are these bolts right here that go through this bracket for the dash that go in, and they're exposed to the outside. Most of the time these guys break off, and this one didn't. So actually both sides came right out, so this bracket is loose now, and I have let me just summarize real quick. Bolt here, bolt over there, I don't know if you can see that. Way over there on the other side, right about there, is another bolt. And there are some bolts across the front. Let me show you. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Up in there. You can see them right there. Anyway, they all came out. Dash is loose. Now I gotta try to get it off of there, see if I can get it out and hanging so that I can get to the air box. Here we go. Every time that I have tried to take one of these things out, I try to do the bare minimum to get it out, and it ends up being that I have to go a little bit further each time. But here's what we got. You definitely need to take the bolts out down here. and across there. But you can see this is a slip-in, but there is a lip here, so it won't pull all the way out real easily. You have to make sure that bolt is pretty well loose. The center console has to come out. The surround around the dash has to come out. Let me show you that. This around the gauge cross piece. I didn't have to take this metal piece out, but the way that it was hitting the steering column, it gave me more flexibility to loosen it and take it off. The radio head can stay in. The controls and the switch pod can all stay in, as long as you take your shifter and put it all the way down into low range. And that's where we have, these are unhooked from something else. They do not need to be unhooked for this part. There's enough flexibility in those wires that they can get out. But now that that's out, we need to figure out which one's the better of the two. Put the proper heater core back in, and we are off to the races. Here we go. Okay, we have it out on the bench, and let me show you some of the reasons why we have to get this done now, and some of the reasons why I'm deciding to do it while the engine's out. So it has to be done. If you see this right here, see how that's like an oblong shape, and this is bent. I was really worried about these not sealing right and leaking, and I don't know the condition of the inside. So we're going to take this apart, but the other part is this foam that was sitting right there is just completely deteriorated and just begging to allow heat and other moisture and everything else right into the cab. So those are two really big reasons that we're just going to address this now. You can see this is all peeled away. So now's the time, and the reason now's the time is because these bolt holes that hold this box in, they come through the firewall right in through here and here and there and there and over there. And as you can imagine, it is much easier to get at this side of that and take those nuts off while the engine's not there than it is to try to reach down around the block and screw and unscrew those nuts. It can be done while the engine is in there. But you have to also remember there's an air conditioning condenser and an electrical panel, and all this stuff in here has to be taken out. So it's a lot of work, and we're just saving us a little bit of that time. So if we put a used heater core in here and it does end up being a problem and leaking, well, it just means I have to do that work again. But at least we tried. And I think this is in good enough shape. It really should last a long time. I've had good luck with these things. So keep them clean and keep your coolant clean. But I digress. We're gonna get that thing torn apart and check it out, see how good of a shape it's in. It feels so good to be justified and not get in here and think, oh, that was a total waste of my time. But I'm pretty sure we found the cause of the original demise of this Jeep's original 4-liter. What you're looking at there is a hole or a leak in the heater core. And what you can see down in here is all this green residue is antifreeze that is drying and evaporating and dripping down through there. So it looks like something tweaked on this and twisted it. And then it cracked or broke right down there. Telltale signs of leakage right there. It looks like it leaked right around this pipe. We twisted it here, and then that guy was leaking for quite a while. Probably caused the engine to overheat more than once. That would be a guess. Now that's a long shot guess, but it's a guess. And this, we can reuse that condenser. We can put our other heater core in it. Oh, that is not even a factory heater core. I take that all back. This is a factory heater core. This is the factory one. Look at the difference. Interesting. So not only did it break, but it also isn't factory. It was replaced once already. Oh, I am so excited. I'm so glad that I got in here and there weren't mouse nests, and this foam is all here. Oh, this is easily cleanable. I can put a new heater core right in here, put this back together, and we are off to the races, and I got new foam. This is the replacement foam to solve the problems. This piece goes here, this piece goes down here, and this ring around the outside goes around here. And that should help seal out the engine bay from the interior. You know, it's a smart thing to do, and I probably should have done it before I got to this point, but I wanted to get them both out and look at them before I did it. I did put a little bit of pressure to the heater cores to make sure that it would hold pressure and not set bubbles. Sprayed some soap on it, no bubbles on the one that I was going to put in. Just before I did that, the one thing I wanted to do was I wanted to check the flow to see if they were about the same or not. And I think I'm going to have to buy a heater core. Even though I have two, I found something. Here, watch. This one is the one that is leaking. Watch the flow rate. And I put this guy on here, and I squeeze some water into it. See how much it comes out? This one's the one I was going to put in. And it's not coming out either direction. It's starting to, but it's a lot dirtier and cloggier than I was hoping. So I'm gonna buy a new one. I am thoroughly disappointed with the options that are available locally. Heater cores. But this is all aluminum, and I was really hoping to get another copper one, because I think the copper ones are better. It does have a lifetime warranty, and you know, I can't find a copper one. I called a couple of radiator shops and no luck. So we're gonna put that one in. I ran out of time today, so I'll be back tomorrow to put it back together. So the location will stay the same, but the clothes may change. It's the next day. I have still not been able to find a copper and brass version of this heater core, so we're just gonna go with the aluminum one that AutoZone had in stock. We're gonna wrap the sealing around it, put it back in this box, put the box back together, put it in the car. We'll be done in a couple minutes. I have cleaned off most of the old foam around this area, and those are the areas that had the really deteriorated foam before. So I got this kit. I'm going to put these onto these things and put the things onto the things. The only thing I don't have right now is replacement little foam deals for the screws. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make something out of rubber or foam that I can find laying around the shop. Okay, this guy here has this hole here. We'll line that up with the... Oh, look at that. I don't even have it broken out. Come on off. There we go. Give it to me. Be nice. There we go. Oh, one quick thing to note. The wire for the fan motor goes behind the foam in a little notch right there. So when you're cleaning this off, just peel the wire out of the way, clean it off, and then put the wire back in the notch before you put the foamy on. There we go. Sticky, sticky. It is a good sticky bag. I like this foam. It's a nice piece of foam. Seems like it should hold up. Right. Alright, alright, alright. Let's see how these these guys stack up. Let's do our little one here at the bottom. This guy here. Goes right over top of this. Feels like it wants to, yeah, it's stuck to it. Okay. That's getting spongy. Right on. It's our little drain hole. Good job. Alright. Last but not least, the guy that was bad. The guy that was really bad. Take this. Figure out how to do this. You know what? It looks like maybe it might be best to take this little screw out here. It has a tiny little hole right there. It's just like a cross cut for this vacuum line. I think I'm gonna do that after I have it stuck in place. So I'm just gonna take the vacuum line and move it out of the way for now. And then try to focus on getting it over these lines without sticking to them. Not very good at doing that, that's for sure. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright, now let's take this line, this vacuum hose here. Yeah, there you go. Stick a screwdriver through and then try to bring it back with the screwdriver. That worked out real well. Okay, I have the foam on there, I have the wires rerouted, I have all the wires in. It's ready to go back in the Jeep. I did end up using a roll of double-sided foam for the screws so that they will seal nicely. This is a foam for truck toppers and gaskets and stuff, so that it's kind of water resistant. It's perfect. It's automotive, yada yada, etc, etc. There goes nothing. Oh. Now we got to put it back together. That is back in place now. We have all of the nuts on this side. Now all I got to do, put the dash back together. Well, that's it for the heater core. It's back in. I can actually start putting the engine back in now because I don't have to get at those bolts in the engine bay. I am not putting the plastics and everything back into the dash right now because I want to take it all out and clean it and get it fresh and clean and put back in all at once. So that's something that Mara can work on. If I'm traveling again or if out of town, I can tell her just go ahead and clean this stuff up and then we can start putting it back in. But at least for now, I can start putting the engine back in and connecting the stuff in the engine bay while we continue to clean the interior. We're gonna keep going on it. Thank you so much for coming along. Thanks for just all of your comments and everybody just saying hi and everything like that. Is just awesome to hear back from all the family, all my friends, and everybody that watches these videos and are really invested in this project. So I really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.